if it's going to come into the news, there's no way the company's name will not be mentioned. So it also gives the company in itself a very bad publicity. In the drugs to the office, like inside his bag. So let's assume that they were just bumped on a day. NDLE comes in and they search around and they kind of found the drugs in HR's bag. Do you know the implication it would have on the company as a whole? So, but if the guy had actually come out too, it would have saved the company
evidence to prove that the organization is into the manufacturing or
of
the supply
drugs. Yes.
So it's going to be on that employee or on the set of employees they find the bag.
Okay. The only thing.
But then it will.
I know now. I dey for now. No worry. Let's start the story. Dear HR Anonymous, I don't know what to do. I closed late from the office and I needed to go to the back of the office building. I don't know when you said they find no. The closer I got to the back of the building, the more I could smell weed. Ow! Just as I got to the back of the building, I saw HR smoking weed. Baba don I looked at him and he looked at me. I will take that again. I looked at him and he looked at me as per Aworawo and said, "How are you doing?" You are now a big boy.
You don't see
you know what not to do. I bent in respect and walked away, forgetting what brought me to the back of the building. I tried so hard to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to enter trouble. One day, HR sent me to his bag. I not talk anything before to bring his earpiece or AirPod. As I checked the bag, I saw weed and white substance in the smallest Ziploc bag. I haven't been able to get it out of my mouth. Should I talk or keep quiet?
Hey.
Should he talk?
You're not a big boy.
Also, you know when you see what your eyes is not supposed to see.
As in, you gonna shake.
I like that line.
Do I or do I not tell? I like that you're not a big boy.
You know what not
not to do.
Okay,
but,
I think well, in a situation where HR, there are some organizations that are very, very political, right? Some guys have more influence in conundrum of things in that organization. So when we're saying, does he report directly to the HR, or the HR is just okay? The HR.
I think like maybe there's a part in the Bible that say wisdom is profitable to direct, right? So yes, there will be fear of him not. I'm sure the HR is one of the top management too. So when you want to report top management to top management, you get as it be, it might still eventually put you in the mix of it. So, but maybe if they have a kind of maybe suggestion box or something, the guy could just anonymously suggest
a single anonymous.
Maybe
okay now.
No, not say our HR is smoking weed.
Okay.
You could maybe suggest for a kind of drug test.
Now let me tell you something. If management is even going to carry out that exercise, they're still going to consult HR. And HR is saying, okay, yeah, we should start.
You will know that
and I told you I'm a big boy. And I told you what.
So if it comes to that, if the guy has an evidence, I think there's a Yoruba saying that says "Kakake kuma jesese." So the guy can want to do that kind of thing. If you think you are going to pull me down because I'm actually coming out to, like you said, if he's not comfortable, persons maybe because of religious belief and all of that. Yes, it might not be comfortable with you guys seeing what you are seeing, right? And if it's not even a setting where the HR will come out in the public, you'll be doing as though no smoking, no this one. Probably the HR self is even the one that have a policy of no smoking and then
initiated the policy.
Exactly, but then he's doing it behind the scene. So that kind of a thing. I know the HR is pushing for this thing.
Is weed illegal?
Exactly.
Weed is illegal.
Illegal in
So
Nigeria.
the guy is even justified. It's illegal.
Weed is
It's
illegal
illegal
in
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now
But not we will not dispute the fact that we have music artists and all of that do it on
And
on
they
their
turn blind.
screens.
However, no,
And-
it's not blind eye. Now it's not a case of okay, you don't know the substance of what I'm smoking. You don't see them say, okay, this is weed, I'm smoking.
You
this.
mean the ones we see on
Their live, you just see them
Okay.
smoking
Now
the
lie,
substance.
you will see weed where you know.
You
You
Ah.
don't
weed where
see.
you see
There's
it.
no way, and I think that's what they're hiding under. There's no way you say, oh, that thing you're smoking, I know the content was weed.
It's marijuana.
No,
Unless
no,
you are
I
catching them
feel-
in the act- in-
I
in-
feel
in
like
the act.
maybe we're in a country where a lot of people get away with a lot of things
Lawlessness, yes.
because of their status or and all of that. Yeah, because in the same vein, you see those big people smoking weed and all of that. Nobody NDLA will not see them. Is some touts in the slums that they'll be running after.
But really,
so all of those things. But for me, I think
But wait,
if
I want to ask a question. What if you was smoking cigarettes? Would this still have been an issue?
cigarette is
I
different.
mean, it was
Cigarette
it was,
is legal.
I mean, it was.
regardless of legal or not illegal, right? If they have a policy in the company that says no smoking
It was at the back of the building.
at the
However,
back, it's not still.
The
It's not
HR
still
will
It
not
was
say.
at
The
the back of-
HR will not
It's
say
the back of
you are
the
now a
building.
big
It's not
boy.
inside the
You know
building.
what to do if the
That,
organization
that ordinarily,
permitted.
that's
Sure
a
you get.
threat.
Yes.
So that's a threat to the guy.
It's not-
So one, I see what I'm not supposed to see. I be church boy. Normally, if I see that kind of thing, I feel one report.
Wagboju
You can't
eh.
see they threaten me.
Wagboju eh.
You can't see they threaten me join.
In the
So that's
20s,
why I use the word that kake majesty. And in the end, better things will come if you
now
if
go
have-
reporting.
Yeah?
There are
Now, I
some
want to-
battles
I want
you
to-
don't
I want-
win.
I want to
There are
ask.
some battles you cannot win.
I want to ask.
Like this particular battle now.
if
There
you
are
don't
battles that
if
you
you don't
cannot
win
win.
now,
Because
depending on the kind of top management and maybe will I say how is if he picks who is going to give the report to or
Mhm.
one thing and if God can't help her, maybe he was able to do a small video of evidence.
hey,
No.
And that small video of evidence is even a long thing. Another thing I want to ask is, are we saying in organization we should encourage people snitching on themselves? Because to an extent, him smoking weed has no direct impact on your own job or your own job security. or
But
your
the
own-
company policies ordinarily says no smoking. So
But you're not-
why is the person pushing for like implementing a policy? Is the same
It's
person
not
that is
saying
also
he-
breathing?
The story didn't say he implemented the policy.
But-
the story didn't even say anything about
then,
the no smoking policy.
but
policy in the
then to
organization.
think about this guy didn't smoke during work hours.
But it's still within. It's
He
still,
was
it's still, it's
after
still
work
within.
hours.
It's still within the
At
office
the back
premises.
of the office building.
Back
Like I
or
said,
front or
if
middle.
it was at the back
it's
of the
still
office
within
building,
now.
HR wouldn't need to say
If
you
you
are now
were
a big boy.
See, let me tell you
again,
something.
even if
From-
if it was close of
from
work,
the place
then
of
he could have just stayed in the front of the building and be smoking because it's close of work.
from the
True.
place
If you want
of
to
you are now
justify
a
that.
big boy, you can translate it into
A threat,
into
generally.
places.
Threat.
It could be a threat.
Uh-huh.
One.
Or
Another thing is, you know how people and how in this part of this country we have this canceling mentality.
can
Canceling, like people
Okay.
just cancel you because they feel that you
you're a
have done
smoker,
something that
you're a bad
somebody
boy,
has not
you have a
done
tattoo.
before.
okay.
So this guy just wants you to know that this thing I'm doing, I don't want anybody to know
hear
Big
about.
about
boys.
Ó ti rí nìyẹn. Do what?
And it's for
Menu
big-
more.
So-
I don't want to hear it elsewhere. I know I can trust you that you're a big boy or you know what you're doing. Not to, it could have been
big
from
boy
there.
or no
But-
big boy. You know, we all have religious sentiment and all of that. So some people some people are led by their hearts by
Religious
and all of that.
sentiment,
Mr.
but you dey lie.
Mr. Enyafe,
You
Mr.
dey
Enyafe,
lie. You
you
get
catch-
religious
you catch-
sentiment,
There's,
but you dey
there's,
lie.
maybe there's small lie and
Mr.
big lie.
Enyafe,
Eh.
Small
you
lie.
catch your HR smoking weed. Why do you feel the need to report? How does it affect you?
Kí ló kàn ẹ́? Yeah.
That's why I said there is the religious belief.
So,
And you feel like I see somebody that is doing
let's say
a
God
wrong
will punish
thing.
you for not reporting the HR, stopping his job.
His conscience now. The guy ordinarily
we're not
said
the one
he said
doing
his conscience is not at rest.
His
He
con-
don't- yes, now
I
that's
think
why
it's
we
just
have.
over
I
overthinking.
beg
No,
He's
it's
not
not. It's
conscious.
not over. It's
This
not
guy has
overthinking.
just seen something that he wants to be using to blackmail HR.
No,
I think that is just
the
it.
HR is threatening him.
The
If
HR is just-
HR has
The
said
is
you are a
insecure
big boy.
because
You know what
he's
not to
sure,
do.
He's not sure this guy will be able to handle this information, or maybe he's going to go and use it to cast me.
Mhm.
That's why he
So,
felt
but
the
do
need
you
to
also know
show
that? Do you also know that if the guy does not move fast, right? The HR can even decide to just do one or two things, just send him out of the.
Like I
out-
said, you are
yeah.
overthinking.
So in the end, the
So-
guy is still the one losing. So why not just come like come out and be the
You are just
police
looking
will tell you
for an excuse to snitch on HR.
no,
You
no,
want to
that's
stop
not
a
that's
man
not
from his daily
that's
bread.
that's not snitching.
I do not
It's not-
think that.
You just coming out clean. I see what I see, and I say
Coming
what
out
I see.
clean is okay when you were in the act. You were in with HR, taking the weight. You have no business. You saw you pass. It's not your business. Even if push comes to shove and they are taking people or arresting people that took weed, you're not going to be among. You saw something.
So
you passed.
are you?
But if they can't ask the boy, if they okay, maybe they came they probably come into the office the next morning and they're like the smoke is probably everywhere, the smell is still around or something, and then I'm asking questions and I'm there. They ask me, and I know that I saw who was smoking.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Which
Wisdom. But
so
my
the
conscience
next day you go
my
see the
conscience
smell.
is
Which kind smoke be that one?
it's
And I want
possible.
to
Let's
say,
assume we can
and I
assume
want
that.
to say another thing. If you had caught this HR smoking outside of work, would it still have been your business?
Would you say your conscience
Would
is doing you
it still
somehow?
have been your business
If he
because
was-
you are a Christian or something?
if he was outside, maybe
It's just
maybe-
busybody.
Which
busybody.
one?
but
Ah,
inside the
dynamo.
office premises.
Yeah.
There is a policy
Kasha,
against it.
I was on that cast
It's
HR.
inside the office premises. There's a policy against it. You implementing the policy, and you are still the one acting against it.
At the
If
end of
if my conscience don't let me
I'm
rest,
very sure in a case where
I feel report.
the
I go
HR
even report.
see in a case where the HR has stopped people's employment on the basis of who they caught them.
You
whatever,
see,
I can understand.
you see, that's
But I'm
another
sure
view, right?
for people that smoke, I don't smoke. Viewers, please.
Are you
please
sure?
monitor. I don't.
Well,
I don't
your
smoke.
lips,
I
your
don't,
lips is
it's
kind
not
of.
my lips.
it's not by lips, so if it's by lips, you
I
catch
think-
it before we catch
So
it.
for people that smoke, they have that empathy. I understand
Eh?
how. Yes, they have
People
that
that-
empathy. Like for example, in this context, the HR guy smokes weed.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ò fẹ́ máa yé mi.
So you empathize with another person.
no.
that
Your
smokes.
matter, I don't
You
want to understand
you
again.
more of like what I'm trying to say is you want to more of like understand guys they catch in office premises smoking.
Okay.
Shege, that's the point I'm coming from. You may not want to take the full measure of okay, this is a punishable offense, blah blah blah, all that. I'm just saying, like you're saying, okay,
that kind of nature self. If you catch person where they smoke, you go
just close eye,
You
look.
come close eye because himself
He
is
goes
you
join.
just react.
Rachel, what is paining
Before
me?
you know it now,
What is
everybody for the office go start to
what
dey
is
smoke.
paining me is bringing the angle of my conscience don't let me rest, but your conscience will rest when you stop a man from his daily bread because you could not hold yourself. from being Mr. Carry.
Why is the man doing such thing where he knows that his enemy is daily bread?
You don't know what
See, me,
addiction
I will
is.
even say
Some
something.
people are going through a lot,
Then he asks for you. Go and ask for help.
and it's
now.
trying enough to
If
not
you-
even
if-
smoke in
then
your
you can
presence.
ask for you can ask for help.
Blow off steam.
So,
Now,
not
why
everybody
too
can
much?
afford therapy. Not
Can I-
everybody can afford to go to where's this what's this place they call
I don't
rehab?
know.
It's
Rehab.
rehab. I think, you sabi people.
I'm just going to say something. At the end of the day, what is your game?
That's
do
my
you
own.
stand
What
for
is
game?
what is the guy's
Clean
What
con-
is the guy's
You will say
game?
clean
When you
conscience.
finish-
Watch, you go say clean conscience.
Oh yeah.
I can sleep well.
That conscious
I
fellow.
I did what is right and I can sleep
Well,
peacefully
by
at
stopping
night.
another
You
man.
not go sleep well. You
And I
not
can
go
sleep
sleep well. For
peacefully
my
at night.
dream, you go they see me. I'm not saying that. It's
But
okay.
do you know in that vein, probably by report, then it could have been an addiction to the guy, but and does not know how to even ask for help.
So you be
So if
helping
I maybe
Helper.
if I can't report,
In this
they might
economy.
not even come disengage and they come like you need
Mm.
help, but you don't know. You know a lot of people are
So the
suffering from a
organization
lot
will
of
sponsor
things,
for his
and
therapy session, his rehabilitation.
or they could just take some time off to go and get yourself, you know.
Oh God.
So I might have even helped him in that regard.
Now, Rachel, we've seen cases where some, I don't mention any name, some people in their craft, aka music, will tell you, man, this shit I'm smoking, sorry, censored, this stuff I'm smoking, you know, makes
It's
me
not
high,
giving
it
them
gives me
moral,
ginger,
like giving
I
them-
go to, I make my, and what if in this context it's also applicable to the HR? The HR
Mhm.
is a complete performer when he takes his stuff. It gives him the energy he needs.
after close of
Yes,
work.
because
What's
It
the
gives
other?
him
What's
the
the-
energy. It gives
It's close of business already.
Wait,
What?
now, HR, some
I
people
very
work.
late.
Wait, close of business does not mean you
No,
stop
no,
working.
no, no, no. The
Close
story
of
I
business
said,
does not mean
he
you
said
stop working.
very late. I left the office very late. I'm
Yes,
coming back.
that's
That's
the
what-
one you
is
stop.
it your very
working.
late?
Yeah?
Is it your very late?
Waiting you think they do. Suppose go out, go the rest.
Sometimes
He was still there, smoking at the backup. How you want contact
I know people that take their work home. They're sending files, sending emails, even when they get, even from bosses.
Of course.
So what if you need? Make I just take weed. So like,
Make I dey
And
right. so I'm gonna
if you
think straight.
at least even come out the office premises like and just go and do it elsewhere. But now, like you don't put you put the guy for an impossible position with him conscience.
Wetin concern
That's
am?
that-
Make dem carry impossible
Because with him conscience now, he don't put am for a possible
which
position.
conscience?
So, and he needs to make a decision. For me, I would say, do what is right.
I'm not saying that it's okay to smoke or it's okay to smoke weed or something. I'm not a moral police when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people suffer for addictions and they need help.
But ethically, it's not right.
Ethically, it's not right. How?
To get through it.
There are countries
one
where
way or the other.
I'm not trying to say
let's stay within the
Nigerian
context
of
Nigeria.
Because you're saying ethically is not right. That your ethically, you can't just limit your ethically to Nigerian.
We are in Nigeria setting. Let's limit it.
The only thing stopping people from smoking weed in Nigeria, remove ethics, is just, is it illegal? Is it accepted or legitimate by the government or not?
And it's not stopping them, by the way.
But because they are still doing it.
And all I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that it's okay for him to be smoking in this thing or this. All I'm trying to say is, this thing, at the end of the day, it does not concern you. Why? One, he was close of business. Two, they said it was back of the office building. What if it wasn't the compound? It was back of the building. It doesn't. I don't think that it concerns you.
Another
I
thing
would
is
also say that
let's not look beyond. If you can let's maintain the context of what the HR Anonymous has said, so we don't keep assuming since it's within the building.
He said back of the building.
Back of the building, front of the building, middle. It's still within the office space.
Yes.
Right, and I see what I see. My conscience.
Wait, conscience. Now only you get conscience.
You should live by conscience.
When you go dey lie, your conscience no go judge you. When you go dey do another thing, your conscience no go judge you.
Don't mind that.
But when you come see another person, na that time your conscience won't judge you.
My point. Another thing I'm concerned about is I think it creates a sort of bias, an employment bias. We stigmatize people that fall into this category of, okay, I smoke. It could be even in the recruitment process. So do you see smoking as
let's look at it from another angle, right? You smoke in an office premises, right? Mm-hmm. You even bring the drugs to the office, like inside his bag. So let's assume that they were just bumped on a day, and NDLE comes in and they search around and they kind of found the drugs in HR's bag. Do you know the implication it would have on the company as a whole? But if the guy had actually come out too, he would have saved the company of all of those.
No, NDLE is not going to pick the organization as a whole, unless there is evidence to prove that the organization is into the manufacturing or the supply of drugs. Yes. So it's going to be on that employee or on the set of employees they find the bag.
The only thing.
But then there's also the thing of image, right? True. So if it's going to come into the news, there's no way the company's name will not be mentioned. So it also gives the company in itself a very bad publicity.
I think that's actually right.
So
however, I still feel the case of weed and all that should still be looked into sensitively, because
as to
a lot of people, as much as we want to say, so weed is bad, it's a lot of vices and all that, a lot of people find inspiration from weed. A lot of people see it as a place of solace.
And we have a lot of people that also lose their sanity.
True.
As a result.
See,
now the idea is this: take a knife. It depends on what you use it for before you say, okay, this is a murder weapon or this is a kitchen item. It depends on the action.
No.
Regardless of
what are you using? Wait, hold on. There is a way you use paracetamol. The doctor will tell you, Oga, you
are overusing.
Right. So it's dependent
ordinarily, a policeman find a knife on you before they even ask you for what you are. If it's a kitchen, come on. There are even some apprentices that there are some certain work tools that they take around that if you're not even careful, you can make assumptions.
I don't understand. I'm trying to do a grill. I'm trying to scale out my fish, right? And someone calls me that I take my knife
to enter transport.
I forget it.
You forget it in your pocket.
I get it to the bus. I get it to the bus. I say, conductor, with my knife. There's nothing saying that's a murder weapon.
It's a murder weapon.
I got conductor.
It's a murder weapon.
You're waving the knife.
Conductor, by change. It's not going to.
You go give me a change fast.
My brother.
What I was everyone back when you got the person. What I was going to say, what was it?
It will come back.
Take your time, right?
Yeah, is it weed?
But
hope you are not taking it.
I think it's back. Before I forget, what if you had called this HR and he has spoken to
All
him.
I'm talking alpha.
Oga
Okay,
me.
it is small.
Wait till you do no good, Abi.
He don't tell you say
It
he
is
be big
small.
boy. What if you called him? Oga me, sir, that I saw something in your bag. Could that come and come in bag in This kind of things, some people will see it now.
I'm a cancel, Abi.
Sure you.
And I don't like the fact that in the story it said it's on white substance. Some people bring salt to work.
Uh-huh.
Some people bring salt
What
to
if
work.
it's sugar?
Is the HR member?
The cafeteria,
powder.
they don't salt their food
You
very
know, it's
well.
also
I sprinkle
possible.
my salt.
You know, so it's
I
also
sprinkle
possible
my-
that the HR did that on purpose.
To even tell
him to
go to my bag. You want to see? You want to see? You want to report Abi? Let's see how far your lawyer.
Could be it. Let me just be as diplomatic as I can be. Let me just say it the way it comes to me. You might want to drop something in the suggestion box
Yeah.
that maybe a training should be done for employees.
But like you said, that kind of box,
drug abuse.
that kind of box,
Break
right?
check, you go cast.
If the HR has like the direct access to that box, and he reads such, of course, what him
You know, go deliver the letter.
Mo fearless.
That's too
Mo
waiting.
pe any big boy. Money, you know what not to do to
But
give
you
me lots of
cast it.
suggestions.
If you
Over
don't
live
how
well.
you then know say na only me don catch HR. This is why they smoke for back of video. Kò ní mẹ́ni tó mọ̀, kò ní mẹ́ni tó kọ́.
No, at least he had, even if he wasn't the one,
His first
his first instinct
yeah,
was
will
like that.
definitely be
Like this guy,
definitely
because
be
and I tell him saying a big boy.
I
You know,
said, Anonymous, you don't even know if you are the only one. So I advise, if you want to keep your job, if you want to leave the job, you have seen another job, maybe in filling station.
better days ahead. I'm sure he will definitely get
and
something.
Mr. Conscience, you keep shouting on
If
conscience.
you have
If your
gotten
conscience
another job,
if his conscience is really strong,
Mm.
for resign, say I don't want to work.
I
with
don't,
this.
yes,
Yes,
I
why
don't
don't
want to
resign?
work with
No.
smokers.
If you can't even resign, but if you resign without correcting, like pointing out what is wrong, that's not. Why you can't walk away like that? Make it dey continue. So if I know that I won't even resign, I go kuma cast
Scatter everything.
Me and everybody dey go their papa house.
So that one, we are evil.
He go jam you over no nonsense there.
So-
Nonsense.
Yeah, that one, I might not
So,
now have control over that one.
I think on this note we can just in summary say I think a lot of us, even at workplaces, we need to look into the concept of addiction, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people while growing up, saw this thing as a place of solace. It may be bad as a result of, at least governments would have their major reason for saying let's ban this stuff. So we also need to look at, okay, how is this person addicted to this substance? Is there a correctional facility we can
There are points
okay,
where people
admit
need
this person
to also
in and all
ask
that?
for
Do
help.
they need help?
Yeah.
They may not want to come out clean. And we also need to blur the stigma around people that smoke. We should also see them as human beings. They could have been victims of circumstances like you rightly said in our last episode.
So
probably
what would you say
if there are
to
also, if the companies also do like regular trainings about drug abuses, it could just even be like randomly spontaneous one, not because so I think that there are companies that probably do maybe every 3 months, 2 months,
Urine-
kind of regular urine test.
Check and all that. I think it's
let's know if he's under the influence of performers.
so Anonymous.
So I will just say that the Anonymous, you were asking a question.
Mhm.
If you should tell, I understand that maybe like
Conscience.
conscience, olagbara.
And
I think that if you have another job or you are planning one exit,
or you're
because you
planning,
don't know
if he's
whether
planning
you are the
jackpot,
only one that they have still
if he has jackpot in plan,
or you have jackpot in plan, when you're about to leave, you can
Mhm.
drop you can drop the bombshell,
Cast everybody.
cast everybody.
Thank you.
Everywhere
or
down,
just,
what
you can
to
even
do.
send a mail, because I know a colleague that like worked with in a company that he didn't like how the MD was doing and all of that. So when he was about to resign, he just composed a very nice
Long email.
Polite insults.
Yeah, when you point out where you've been doing nonsense, point out everything, and
Send
you
it
just
to everybody.
send copy
Everybody.
Yeah, Sha
everybody.
not-
And
he
Sha-
Sha
and
left
Sha-
Nigeria.
He has left.
Sha-
He left
and
Nigeria.
he walked away.
And he shall
Yeah,
left
I don't know. Hope he
because
left Nigeria.
some
Wonder
MD
why.
You'll find him and
MD me, right?
so
In a nutshell, we are telling Anonymous to actually apply diplomacy. I'm very
Yeah.
sure that our viewers have a lot of opinions.
Mhm.
Let's know your comments. If it was you, will you say it? Then you tell them. Will you tell them? I mean, you will not tell
I'll
them.
lose his job.
Just
Abi.
think about it very
You walk
well.
away. You cast.
Also, keep your comments coming. Like, share, send it to your friend. You cannot be enjoying good things alone. I don't be selfish.
Mhm.
Don't be stingy. Tell everybody. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to watch these videos and learn 1 or 2 things from it. And also don't forget, you can send your story to us, all your workplace issues, whatever is bothering you. By now you already know you can send anything, and you can send it via our email, either via our email hranonymous@thebgshows.com, or on our WhatsApp line 08114669924. You can send a voice note, you can send a message, whatever you want to send, you can send. And remember, while you are sending all these stories, your identity remain anonymous. Nobody knows it is your story. That we can guarantee you. We will not be revealing your identity. Also, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Use your phone now to follow. It is at the BG Shows _ across all social media platforms. Till we come your way again next time. Did they say bye?
Bye bye.
I never say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Don't do it. Don't do it.